Yeah, baby, it is Friday, May 23rd, 2025. On the road again in the Digibug. It's almost like I'm working from the road. I would be if my phone worked. Still fighting phones, issues, and you know what? Listen, when the universe directs you a certain way, you better go with it. So what has happened the last few days? Having issues with my phone, trying to transfer it over, gonna try out a new service, not working too well, basically got bricked. My number's caught somewhere in SIM card, eSIM land. Don't even know what to do. Can't transfer it this way, can't transfer it that way. Go ahead. Another Volkswagen. Farfergnugan. We're on Farfergnugan it. Get your Farfergnugans on. So, the whole ordeal, the last, nothing but stress. But if you allow it to stress you out, that's the main thing. At first I did, and then I thought, what difference at this point does it make? So, ultimately today I said, you know what? F it. I'm going to get a new phone. I got an iPhone 11. That's pretty outdated. And I thought, I'm just going to go get a new one and get that all done. And maybe I'll get my number transferred back in. If not, I may have a different number. All of you out there, just saying, oh, that'll be a nightmare. I've had that number for like 23 years. I think it was. But who cares? Whatever. I only talk to certain people anyway. So, I'll definitely be hitting you up and telling you, so don't be surprised, if I got a different number. And if you're trying to text me at the old number, it ain't working right now. It's in limbo. This has all been a great experience. I've learned a lot about porting numbers back and forth, SIM cards and cell phones and all this technology. But what it makes me think about is how dependent we are on this technology. Now, yesterday, when I did not have access to my phone, I was telling the story, and people are like, oh my gosh, how did you get around? We're so used to GPS. What do we do? Getting a turn lane here, if I can tell which one it is. Wow, look at that thing. It's blowing around. Dairy Queen cup, empty. Sit and spin, baby. It was doing 360s. So we get so dependent on this technology, and we don't know where we're going. I remember every time I used to travel, it wasn't until the Blanco, Texas meetup, when I first met the lovely Litecoin Lisa in person. I think it was April 2019. Driving down to Austin, Texas, usually I'm pretty good on the road, so I always get the road maps, when you go to the rest stops. I always pick up a free road map. I don't know, hopefully they still have them, but I always grab them and usually got them strewn all over the car. Some of you couldn't handle it with all this mess. But anyway, I always, charted out, which way am I going, got my map, got my big gazetteer I can pull out, it's got everything in it, and you run into construction and you're effed. But a lot of times these apps will get you around it. But anyway, my point, I digress. I'm off on a gravel road here, or a dirt road, and if you're in South Carolina. But no, is this it? Yeah, it is. I used to use a map. And then going to Blanco, Texas, I got to Austin, and I'm like, man, I know which way to go, but I'm kind of screwed. It's getting to be late. There's a lot of traffic. I'm too close to the city. I was going to bypass the city. Well, I got sucked into Austin, and I'm like, F it, man, map this place. And so I mapped it, and boom, it took me there. So after that, I went to Houston to visit a friend after the meetup, and I started using the GPS, the map thing on the phone, and since then, I've used it all the time. I don't use it when I definitely know where I'm going, but when I'm traveling, that's what I do. I definitely turn that thing on, and it tells you where to go, and it's pretty doggone accurate. You know exactly what's happening. Unless you're in New Jersey and it says, what's it say? Move right fast to turn left. It's one of those things. I remember that, and it's just like, oh, I'm not computing this. I need a self-driving car. Well, that's next. Unfortunately, those self-driving cars might drive you to a certain government agency. If you haven't paid a specific bill that you need to pay, you get dropped off where you don't want to get dropped off when you go high-tech. I see everything going completely AI. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Depends on how it's programmed, what it returns. I tend to think, yes, use the tool, just like use the tool that you have in front of you, but do not become reliant on it to where you can't function without it. We see it all the time, people making change, they don't make change. They don't know how to count. And crypto and digital, you don't have to worry about that stuff because, it's exact change all the time. You just like you swipe a credit card, swipe a debit card, takes the exact amount, there's no change. So we're so used to doing that, it's no wonder they're getting rid of the penny. I think a lot of that's inflation because you print more money and pretty soon the penny becomes insignificant. Makes sense to me. So that's where we're at. Next thing will be the nickel. And of course they're going to take the nickel out of circulation because every nickel is worth like 5.5 cents in metal value because there's 75% copper and 25% nickel. So, as I've said before, if you want to rob the bank, take a $100 bill and get a big box of nickels. I mean, you know you got something because they're not light. And when you walk out, you got like $110 of metal value. Seems like a no-brainer to me. If you can carry it, it's good exercise too. You know, I'm tempted right now. I don't think I have $100 in my pocket though. That's the problem. I'll go in there. Hey, will you take a credit card? Will you take a debit card? Will you take crypto? You know, don't be afraid to trade asset for asset. You know, when one is overvalued and one is undervalued, it's, you know, oh, I got to hold on to this, I got to hold on to that. You know, be a little diversified, I would say. Have a little bit of everything because you never know what's gonna work. You might not have a phone that works, so you can't use your crypto. Of course, you can get on Wi-Fi, that kind of thing. But in a grid down scenario, like we had on X for like 18 hours yesterday, 20 hours, whatever it was, where you couldn't post anything. You could, but it wouldn't save. You couldn't poll it. It didn't show up anywhere. What you gonna do, brother, when technology runs wild on you? You better have something to back it up. You better have something that works. You better have something in your pocket that you can use. Oh man, look, the brewery's open. It's a holiday weekend, baby. I'll whip on in there and have me a cold one. I don't want to drink alone though. Need a sidekick. So, well, man, look at all these people. Nice. Look at all the pretty vehicles. Look at them, they're all jealous. The digibug driving by, you know they want it. You know they want to get in this car and go for a ride with no air conditioning. As if I put off enough heat, you know, we need some more. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. So anyway, yeah, technology, when it fails, what you gonna do? But it does show how dependent you are, and it's probably never a good thing to be too dependent on one thing. Learned that with the whole phone experience. But you know what? You work around, you navigate, and like I always say, there's always a way. Always a way. You just have to find it. You just have to navigate a little bit and whittle and wave and shimmer around, and then you can find the way. Very important to have that kind of mentality. Very important to let things go. Very important to say, hey, what am I to learn from this? Well, my experience is, I think I was to learn I should probably get a new phone. Since I'm going to Vegas, might want to record some videos, might want to do an interview, might want to take some pictures, you know, something like that. So I got a nice phone. I got an iPhone 16. And of course, it's free. As long as you pay for 36 months. But, you know, anyway, it is what it is. Could have bought it outright. Didn't want to buy it outright. What's the point in doing that? Roll it in, baby. Make payments. It's the American way. Get yourself strapped on with a little more debt. It's all good. Yeah, phones are crazy. Absolutely crazy. What a market. So anyway, I got a new phone. Different number. I apologize to everybody. I'm trying to get the other one back and still working on that. I mean, it's a nightmare. But whatever. I don't care. Maybe it's a new beginning. F it. That's going to be the title. F it. Keep on moving. I'm looking forward to Spaces tonight. What is it? It's a little after 1:30 my time right now. Hey, I'm pretty happy with myself. I got some things accomplished today. But we'll do, well, happy hour. We got to do happy hour first. Happy hour with the lovely Litecoin Lisa. She's got a house showing tonight. Wish her luck. Man, I was like, why is my car accelerating? Because I had it on cruise and I put the accelerator down and I let off the accelerator and it went back to cruise. Like, oh God, what's going on now? A vacuum tube or something going. All right, I'm in town. I want to fill her up while I can. And yeah, I'm going to head home and think about, I don't know if I'll mow today, I might do it tomorrow. Think about, I need a haircut too. I gotta get myself cleaned up before I go to Vegas. I'm gonna be looking pretty, you know. Good luck with that. Definitely need some help. Might need a chaperone too. Now I'm gonna be a good boy. Always a good boy. So I will hope to see you all in Las Vegas at the Litecoin Summit. Really looking forward to it. Looking for a gas pump here because this tank is on the right and not the left. All right, love y'all. Hope you have a wonderful day, And hope to see you with a lovely Litecoin Lisa on happy hour tonight around 5:30 p.m. Central Time, and then Spaces on X afterwards. All right, trust yourselves, follow your path, and always learn from what is thrown at you from the universe. It is always talking, follow the signs. You'll be okay, find a way. All right, love you all. Have a wonderful Friday.